and then later on we're going to recognize, Mr. Oldham's going to recognize them. Kaylee Tedder, Cassidy Dunaway, Aaron Herstova, Sarah Beth Young, Sydney Alsop, Jessica Hickson, and Alyssa Summers. So if y'all want to come up here and lead the pledge. We have just a moment of silence. Thank you. Approval of agenda.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Blair made the motion, Mr. Tackett second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Approval of consent agenda.
So moved.
Mr. Holliday.
Second.
Second, Mr. Blair. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Number 6, visitors. We've got 2 visitors tonight. We'll ask you to hold your comments to 3 minutes. And first one we have is Michael Belden. Mr. Belden.
Good evening, and thank you for this opportunity. My wife Claudia and I live in the Foxland neighborhood, which lies immediately east of the Stewart's Creek Schools campus. Many in our neighborhood have been hearing rumors that our main access, Foxland Drive, could be tied into the campus roads, primarily as another route for emergency egress and ingress. Despite the upset to our tranquil neighborhood that such a thoroughfare would create, we're at a loss to understand how this could benefit anyone. The sketch that we've distributed to you earlier shows the likely traffic routes if we cannot keep Foxland Drive closed. As you can see, the green Poplarwood route meets the parallel red Foxland route at an extremely narrow point indicated by the X on the sketch. Both streams merge together onto one narrow single lane, then through the 2 short-spaced traffic lights toward the main artery, Almaville Road. According to your estimates, we're dealing with a campus of 5,000 people, 80% I understand of which use private transportation. That's about 4,000 students and staff all trying to exit the campus, not including buses or the hundreds arriving to pick up their riders. You can imagine the infuriating gridlock caused by the delays of the 2 traffic routes meeting head-on as they try to funnel toward Almaville Road, backing both routes far into the campus. The traffic's bad enough now with only the 2 existing schools. We understand that the board has only recently become aware of an emergency management recommendation for these added access points. We would like to know when was that recommendation made? That is, was it developed at the time of the original site plan design or more recently? What's the language of the recommendation? That is, are these general recommendations, such as simply to add 2 points, or specific, such as to extend Foxland Drive? What prompted the recommendation? And finally, is the recommendation letter available for public review? We would expect that this recommendation is based on a thorough traffic study, which we would like the opportunity to review. Our objective is to keep Foxland Drive closed. We believe that alternate options will speed up traffic flow much more readily. Bowing to the professional expertise of traffic engineers, we're interested in knowing whether an added route in the northwest corner of the campus to Rocky Fork Road has been considered. At least it could discharge more quickly onto the larger artery than the congested route through Foxland. Or whether Cardinal Place, which by the way is an existing 3rd egress point, has been considered for expansion. It could give naturally flowing direct egress onto Poplarwood, which in turn leads directly to Almaville Road. We'd be pleased to work with your experts in developing a satisfactory solution that benefits all stakeholders. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Belton. I'll just make a general comment that I think Tuesday night's meeting, work session, Mr. Clardy said he would report back by the end of the year. Probably earlier than that, I guess. Whenever you find out something, we'll keep the Belton informed of what's going on.
I was just going to say that we have a letter, we have it available, and I will make it available up at the front desk. I'll leave some copies up there tomorrow, so anyone who wants to come in and pick one up can.
Okay, thank you. Next visitor, Crystal Reagan.
Yes, members of the school board, tonight I stand before you to ask for your support and reconsideration in the matter of my exchange student, Felipe Oliveira. This young man has been placed with me due to no fault of his own. The original host mother had some personal matters come up that would allow her not to further host this student. As you can imagine, this devastated Felipe, leaving him scared and unsure as to where he would go. Right away, Tara Lamb, his area representative, contacted me about this young man's situation. She asked if I would be willing to host him, considering our family had already gone through the approval process a month prior when we were looking into being host parents ourselves, but due to the July 15th cutoff date, had to postpone the experience till the next academic school year. So with a feeling of sorrow for this kid and still with the excitement of being a host mother, my motherly instincts kicked in right away and I said yes. From the first moment Felipe and I met, we clicked. He was such an appreciative young man, he told me, "Now I am happy again." This, as you can imagine, hit me right in the heart, and from then all I wanted was for Felipe to feel wanted and safe again. As we traveled home that day, he asked me if I could show him the school he would attend, so we drove past Riverdale. You should have seen his face light up. He was so excited to start his studies at our high school. When we got home, our kids started coming in from school. Immediate bond started to form between the kids and Felipe. He and my son took to one another right away and have been inseparable ever since. The next day we went to Riverdale to get him registered and was informed that we would have to go to the Board of Education for the enrollment process. But were informed once there, Nona Hall was who we needed to see. However, she was out till Monday. After returning on Monday, she also was unable to help us and suggested that we speak with Mr. Odom, whom was out until the following Thursday, which was very disappointing to Felipe and I. But in all this time we had together, bonds were growing stronger. Now I had entered into protecting mode. This is now someone I feel I need to look after and to make sure I do everything in my power to provide a good, stable home and a strong educational background for this host son of mine. He had already been passed from one family to mine, and I am in fear of what it will do to him if he has to be passed to another. You may be at this time wondering why Tara brought Felipe to this county after being aware of the cutoff date. To answer that question is simply this. We were both under the impression that since Felipe had already been enrolled into Tennessee schools, that he would be just a transfer. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. I do understand that there are and must be rules and regulations that we all must follow. Please know that I do respect those rules. But I have been handed this young man for whatever reason, and it is my job as a mother and as a citizen to help him the best way I know how. Felipe is finally settled into a family he feels completely at home with, one that can provide a permanent foundation for him to learn and grow within our county and our schools. So on behalf of myself, my family, and all my friends, but even more so Felipe, I beg of you not to have this man uprooted again and allow him to live his dream and to just be a happy young man with my family that has now become his family in our desired city of Murfreesboro. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Reagan. If you want to, we're going to be discussing this here in just a little while, so you may want to stay around. Some board members may have a question or two. Mr. Odom?
What we normally at the board meetings recognize students from our system that have accomplished something. We have some with us this evening that did the pledge for us that are actually state championship. The team led by the advisor Bonnie Holman spent 2 days at MTSU's Miller Coliseum for the Horse Evaluation Career Development event. Oakland's team competed against more than 60 teams and 300 FFA members from across the state. This is the first time that Oakland has won a championship. The team is in training now and will compete in the national convention to be held October 23rd to 27th in Indianapolis. Ms. Holman, would you come up and maybe with the girls a moment? We'd like to maybe one of them tell us what is a horse evaluation development event? Tell us something. You'll need to go to the mic, if you will, so that you are on television and so that everyone can hear you. So.
All right. Well, first of all, I would like to point out that we have been studying for this and training for this since in the beginning of the summertime. We've been putting a lot of effort into this, and we've all been really excited about it. How the competition goes is we get there, and they have 6 different classes of horses. Each of them have 4 horses in each class, and we judge them on the characteristics and based upon what they are asking for that class. We judge them and rank them 1 to 4. And then afterwards, we are told 2 of the classes, 1 in performance and 1 in halter, and we prepare and write a set of reasons for that for about 30 minutes, and after which we memorize it and then we deliver it to a judge, and then that's how they judge us on our reasons. But we waited afterwards and to figure out our results, and we found out that Erin Herbstova here, she was a 2nd individual in the state, so that was awesome. I myself was 4th individual in the state, so we had 2 team members who both ranked in the top 10 at least. Alyssa was 16th in the state, and we were 70th, was that it? And Cassidy Dunaway was 70th. And we also, I would like to point out, these other 3 fine ladies have been with us every step of the way also. They are part of the team, and we recognize them as part of our team. And we've been working our hands to the bone. So that's pretty much, that's it.
I hear Ms. Holman's kind of a task manager for
oh yes.
practice and preparing for this. Of course, there's scholarships and all associated with this, possibly too, when you get to the national level. Not often do you get people that are state champions that come here this evening. So did you want to say anything, Ms. Holman?
I'm just very proud of all 7 of them. They've worked very hard. It's rare that you find a group of 7 ladies who are willing to begin practicing and preparing for a career development event even in June. So they have they've all sacrificed part of their summer, and it's going to pay off because not only on the state level but the national level they have the opportunity to win thousands of dollars in scholarships. So I'm very proud of all.
I'm glad they're representing Rutherford County and Tennessee, for that matter. Yes.
Are you all expert riders?
Some of us actually do ride, and some of us actually don't. So Alyssa, her thing is dairy judging, and so that's what she's really good at. But she is a very, very good horse evaluator. So
Congratulations.
thank you very much.
Your pictures are now on the Rutherford County Schools website if you haven't looked at it. Well, congratulations again. Congratulations
Thank you.
to you.
Thank you.
Number 7, spotlight on education.
Spotlight on education. Tonight is Laverne High School. Miss Toria Ruiz has brought some, I see administrators with her and some students, and she's going to be showcasing the enrichment program at LHS. Now, I know some things about this, but I do not want to steal any thunder from you. So, Miss Ruiz, you will take over.
Mr. Odom and the board, we thank you for this opportunity to come and speak about our enrichment program at Laverne High School. I do come on behalf of Mr. Ash. He is currently in Washington, D.C. He has been selected as our state, the state of Tennessee's Principal of the Year for high schools. And so he is in representation of our state and our school, and definitely Rutherford County, as he represents us along with 49 other principals who are speaking to senators and representatives about current issues going on in schools across the country. In addition to that, we also have our other administrators here with us tonight. Dr. Sane, Mr. Lake, and Mr. Murray came to join me tonight as we speak to you all about our enrichment program. We have brought 2 sophomore students that participated in our program last year, and in addition to that, we also brought 2 students from Middle Tennessee State University that are currently teachers in our enrichment program this year. Enrichment is an opportunity that we have that we use for our freshman students at Laverne High School. It's for our students that are higher achieving students that have the opportunity to study classes that are not offered within the traditional courses of either our content area classes such as math, English, biology, etc., or our career and technical education classes that are chosen for our student pathways. The enrichment courses are classes such as pop culture, young adult literature, vampires and mythology, dance, foundations of Spanish, histories, mysteries, debate, public speaking. Those are just a few of the many examples that we have of the enrichment classes that we offer at Laverne High School for our freshman students. The group of students is roughly around 200 of our top 600 freshman students. And the teachers, this perhaps is the most fascinating part of the program, the teachers are Middle Tennessee State University student teachers. We host 15 student teachers from MTSU each placement. And the purpose of these student teachers is to provide them with the opportunity to be able to teach our freshman students, to be able to establish their own classroom culture, and to have their own unique ability to establish a sense of classroom management and what it feels like to participate in a program such as this, and also what it feels like to lead a classroom. So they have the opportunity to do this through the enrichment program with top performing students, and they're each going to tell you a little bit about their own personal experience. Before I do let our student teachers and our 2 students speak, we did bring for you all bumper stickers. We have a motto each year at Laverne High School, and this year our motto is moving from good to great. I know that many of you are aware of the success that we experienced last year with our students in our test scores and our graduation rate, and we know that we are in a very good place at LHS, but we want to move to a great place, and so that's where our focus is this year, and we know that enrichment is one of the very things that does that for us. So at this time, I will let Ms. Ty Walton speak to you all. She's one of our sophomore students at Laverne High School.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ty Walton. I'm a sophomore at Laverne High School, and I would like to talk to you guys today about why I think the enrichment program was beneficial for me. Enrichment was a beneficial program because it allows students to be exposed to a variety of classes besides the required curriculum. When you expose children to more than one option, it opens the horizons of possibilities. My first and second enrichment course was Spanish and Spanish culture. Being in this class taught me the basic fundamentals of Spanish, therefore helping me in my current Spanish 1 class. In this class, we learned the alphabet, numbers, and were able to learn things about the Spanish culture and its origin. The next course that I took was young adult literature. This course mainly focused on books made by our age group and beyond. We had group discussions about the lives of teens and made short stories about our lives and also presented them to the class. Overall, I obtained a great appreciation for reading, writing, and all genres of books. Finally, the last course that I took was public speaking. Going into this class, I was nervous because I predicted that all we were going to do was speak in front of the class, and I predicted right. We also created speeches about various situations that happen in our everyday lives. It helped build my confidence to speak in front of people, which is being illustrated today. It also played a major role in my career choice. Before, I wanted to be an attorney, but now I would like to express my gifts in the broadcasting and journalism field. An amazing quote from Dr. Anyala Van Zandt states that we are the products of what we are exposed to growing up. Thank you so much for your time.
Hello, my name Justine Casey, and I want to thank you all for having me. The enrichment program at Laverne High School has been a very powerful experience for me. Under the co-teaching model, we're first expected to learn the policies and procedures of our cooperating teachers. And in my opinion, it's great to have an exemplary standard to which we must adhere. But at the same time, these children will remain under their authority once we're gone. However, my enrichment class is my very own class, and I'm the only teacher that they have for that particular class. And it's not quite the same. It's obviously on a minuscule scale compared to an entire school year, but it does serve as a powerful preview of what I can expect in my own classes. Secondarily, I get to plan lessons that are fun for both me and my students. This provides me an opportunity to tap into the resources that I acquired in college that don't necessarily apply to my major subject area. And in turn, I'm really having a good time being a teacher, and that carries over positively into my regular classes as well. As a result, I don't look at student teaching as a chore that must be completed, but instead I'm having a really good time doing it. And finally, the students, I think, really enjoy the content because, as previously mentioned, it falls outside the spectrum of what is traditionally taught in high school curriculum. Plus, they don't have to sit through those boring study halls. So thank you again for having me.
Hello, I'm Chase Aguirre. I'm a sophomore at Laverne High. I'm also a member of the junior ROTC program. I've come today to talk about the enrichment program at Laverne High. First of all, sorry, I'm very nervous, I'm not gonna lie. The Laverne High School enrichment program has been a very useful as well as fun experience for me. The enrichment classes showed us many things we would never ever see, such as yoga, African American history, European culture and travel, as well as social networking. The teachers of this program, usually from MTSU, are, I believe, completely from MTSU. Were very nice. They were always there for us. They would always teach us firsthand experiences or, excuse me, they would always keep us a hand-on experience. Excuse me. Unfortunately, not all the teachers would always keep on task. They would, most of the time, just show us movies. But unlike most teachers, they were, I'm sorry. I'm just going to go ahead and read from the paper. Okay, though not all teachers kept on task, nor did they do anything relevant to the subject, it was still very fun. My experience in the enrichment program has been a very good one. The enrichment program has shown me the fun of extra school activities that I can achieve by making good grades. My favorite teachers were Mr. Goforth and Mr. Perkins. Now, Mr. Goforth taught us about European culture and travel. What he would do, he would show me every day, he would present us with a PowerPoint showing us what would be the easiest way for us to get to one point to another, either cheaply or efficiently in Europe, of course. And Mr. Perkins, he would always, I would say he's most like every other teacher. He would give us quizzes, assignments. He would show us stuff on African American history. He would do movies. And our last teacher, the social media teacher, he was supposed to teach us Facebook, Twitter, stuff like that, how it affects our lives in general. Unfortunately, all we did was really watch National Treasure. Overall, though, the enrichment program was fun, and it took me on a very educational trip, teaching me things like culture, travel, yoga, and how to look for lost treasure. I would definitely go back and do it again if I could. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Hannah Johnson, and I'm a Spanish major from Middle Tennessee State University. I have really enjoyed the opportunity to teach this enrichment class. I feel it has been very beneficial to my student teaching experience. I have learned a lot about getting students involved and also a lot about my own teaching styles. My class topic is dance. We have learned about dances and cultures from all over the world. We have spent a large amount of time working in small groups or dancing as a class. I've had the opportunity to implement various teaching styles and strategies in this setting. It has given me the chance to try many of the techniques I learned in my educational classes at MTSU. I have also had the opportunity to develop my classroom management skills. This has been a great experience for me, where I can provide instruction to students and assist them in making the right choices. I have also seen the amazing benefit of cultivating a positive classroom environment. It has been rewarding to get all the students to participate in activities that would generally be out of their element. I have seen the entire class get excited about our topic and be extremely supportive of one another. Thank you.
So again, we thank you for the opportunity to speak to you about our enrichment program. These classes do change every 9 weeks with a new placement of teachers that comes in. It lasts approximately 9 weeks by the time that we get the classes set up and the students moved into the classroom. And they do have an opportunity to provide the students with time to complete homework if needed or additional assignments outside of class that go along with their enrichment program. So we thank you again for this chance to speak with you about our school. Thank you.
Any board members have anything to say? All right, number 8, Mr. Odom.
Number 8 is Operation Integrity. Officer David Krim and Sergeant Bob Weeks are here to update the board on a program that we have had in Rutherford County Schools before, but I'd like for some of our new board members and others to hear some plans that they have possibly for this year.
Thank you.
Good evening. It's nice to be back. It's hard to believe it's been 5 years since I first came before this board and talked about Operation Integrity and what we've done at Central Middle School and then on to Smyrna Middle. In that time, we had between 07 and 2010, we had about 200 kids go through that program. And many of them I'm with now at Oakland High School, and I see the benefits of our efforts. And is everyone perfect? No. But we've got football players, we've got students who are getting good grades, and we've got students who don't want to go back and repeat that part ever again. They learned how to do the job right the first time, and that's the whole motto of Operation Integrity. And in 2009-10 school year, we expanded out from 2 schools, which was Central Middle and Smyrna Middle, out to all the schools in the county. And most of the schools we had 3 to 5 kids, and it wasn't as heavily populated as those 2 particular schools. However, what we did do in those schools was very notable. We reduced remandments overall in the schools that we were involved in by 60%. And we feel it's a great program, and there hasn't been a dedicated Operation Integrity officer since Central closed, which I did that job, as some of you may remember. We'd like to regenerate that program in all the middle schools once again. And Sergeant Weeks and I went out in advance of this meeting and met with Mary Jo Yeager and Kay Davenport and their staff, and they're 100% behind it as well because they see the benefit. The program that we're looking at would be about a 60 school day program, and it would be for students who are in probably 6th, 7th, and 8th grade only. We'd have to take 12 years old and up, and it would be a program which when they're ready for remandment, when they get to a remandment point because of behaviors, that it would be an option for the parents and the administration to get together and choose. And in this program, for those of you that are new, they would stay in their own school, and they would report to the Operation Integrity SRO in that school. The prerequisite to this program would be a 1-day Saturday camp that they attend before they actually go into the program, in which they learn the basics of Operation Integrity, which is respect, responsibility, and honesty. Once they get in this program, they wear a uniform and do daily PT very similar to what goes on in the alternative schools. And Sergeant Weeks brought the uniforms, which you can see up here, that they would be wearing in the school. This shirt is the Operation Integrity shirt that I wore at Central when I was there. It matched, of course, the kids. Daily point sheets, which you see on the second part of your handout. This is probably the crux of the program right here, because each child will take this each morning, go to the SRO that's running the program, get a copy of this, and then go to each class with it, and their behaviors are rated by the teachers. The teachers can do it very quickly, and it's a 1 to 5 rating. If they have any low ratings because of bad behaviors, or if the SRO has to get called because of behaviors, they're given a consequence, and that may be push-ups or sit-ups or running a little bit, get them back on task again. The best part about this, the part that I always liked, was the parent signature at the bottom, and that it goes home every night. And I never counted that day, and our officers wouldn't be counting that day in their 60 days until the parent signs off as well. So that gets parent buy-in on this program, and that's probably the key. What we're looking at in this whole thing is a parent buy-in, that they're willing and able to offer their child into this program to make a change in that child's life. We're looking once again at all the middle schools, Pan County. We've visited several principals so far, and they've been very favorable about starting it up. I know Carrie Holman would be all about it at Laverne Middle, and I know that the folks at Smyrna Middle would be as well. And our proposal tonight is to bring primarily before you new board members and Mr. Odom, so that you can revisit it and ask me any questions that you may have about the program or how it works, and just get your kind of look at it again and give us your nod.
We see this as an opportunity for our officers to have some more hands-on time with those kids that are, you know, on the brink of getting in trouble and possibly preventing an arrest in that middle school age group. For the time of that officer that you know, can maybe turn that young life around. Our middle school SROs have been trained in an in-service this summer by David to set this program up and get it up and running. So we're pretty confident that it will make a difference.
Believe, correct me if I'm wrong, last time you ran the program, I think the program's no cost to the board, right?
That is correct, Mr. Hodge.
All the uniforms have been purchased, no cost.
We're there as far as cost. We've got a small budget for it that we include in running our regular boot camp at the sheriff's office.
Mr. Tackett?
Let me say I've had the privilege of working with both these two fine gentlemen in our tours of duty at Oakland High School, and they represent, and I think people need to recognize, they represent what SRO program is all about. They do an outstanding job. Others that I've worked with have done that as well. I remember 1993 when the SRO program came into play, and I remember it well because that's when the new assistant principals were added at Oakland. That was my position there. And how we had fear and angst about having to put cops in schools, and how that was very difficult for us to accept. I think over the years we've recognized that the cops in schools are certainly helpful to the school administration to help with issues that are there. It's much more about teaching students that police are our friends, and it is about trying to make the system work. And that's what these people do so well. They educate, they counsel. Percentages, guys, you can tell me what those are as far as law enforcement compared to what you do with counseling and teaching is 98% of one and 2% of the other.
Absolutely.
But it's sure nice to have those guys around when something really goes haywire, and I think we found that they've been excellent. So I don't know whether we're looking at any board action tonight, but I'm certainly in position to make whatever motion necessary to see that this goes about.
I think in my conversation with Officer Krim, I think they are looking to move forward with this with the board's approval. I think Mr. Oldham, I think you're in favor of it too, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Some of the people on TV or some watching, remandment would be an assignment to an alternative school. So what we're doing is taking students and being able to keep them in their home school with this program instead of placing them in an alternative school. So it's really a win-win for everybody.
Well, if I could make one more comment about that, it was often said to us, you know, that the best education is not available in alternative schools. I think we all agree
with that. You know, alternative schools play a different role, and if that was the best opportunity for education itself, we'd put everybody there. So anytime we can keep them in the home school and keep them in that environment where they can do the kind of things that these folks have talked about at Laverne High School, those are not available at the alternative school, but they are available at the home school. If we can keep them there, that is the best educational opportunity.
Yes, sir. And I think one of our biggest benefits is drawing the parents in an active role into their education and getting them involved in the day-to-day behaviors of their child so they can see and work with them too.
I'll put it in the form of a motion that we.
Let me get catch Mr. Holliday first. Mr. Holliday?
I just wanted to echo what Officer Krim just said right there at the end. I think that's one of the critical things, and one of the things that I'm most impressed is drawing the parents into that equation. I think that is vital to the system, but I think it's also well positioned, targeting the middle school years where some real character development can be put in place, and then we see the benefits of that in the high school years. And I really applaud the efforts that you're making at not only having a program that you kicked off, but staying focused on it and bringing it back and saying this is something that we need to re-emphasize, and I very much am in favor of that.
Thank you. Anybody else? Mr. Tackett?
I'll put this in form of motion that we, as a board, support this in every possible way.
Second.
A motion. Give a second.
Second.
Ms. Blankenship. Any further questions on it? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all doing this. Number 9, Mr. Odom.
Number 9, foreign exchange student policy 6.502 waiver. A host parent has requested a waiver of the July 15th deadline for foreign exchange students attending Rutherford County schools. The requesting student was originally placed with the host family in Springfield, Tennessee, and the placement did not work. The student is now placed with the host family in Rutherford County who reside in the Riverdale school zone. The motion is to allow a waiver of the July 15th deadline for foreign exchange students attending Rutherford County schools so this student may attend Riverdale High School or other zone school.
So moved.
Second.
I'm sorry. Mr. Blair? Yes. Get a second?
Second.
Second.
I would like to make a comment.
Discussion?
Yes, sir. I feel like I'm erring on the side of the student that had no fault in this situation. I'm not happy about voting this way, other than, again, appreciating the student's position here. I would like, Mr. Chairman, that we, as a board, look back on this policy, and there may be some changes that we need to make. And I'm not talking about the deadline. I think that's appropriate, but I would like for us to make some other changes, and at the next policy meeting, I would like for this to be on the agenda.
Okay. Ms. McLeod, can you do that next meeting? Okay. Anybody else? Mr. Holliday?
Likewise, this is a troubling situation, and a number of things have been off track in what has always been a positive experience for students from around the globe to come and experience and share a broadening portion of education here in Rutherford County. This can be a very positive thing. This particular circumstance has been less than positive. If it were not for a similar situation that the board faced perhaps about 6 weeks ago, I don't know that I would be in support of this particular student coming in. However, because of the decision that was made about 6 weeks ago, and the fact that there is room in our system under other guidelines that we have, no more than 3 of these exchange students per high school, and some other provisions that have all been met, this is not the appropriate way for this to occur. But it is, I believe, a noted exception.
Mr. Young?
I would like to ask Ms. Reagan a few questions if we could get her to come back up.
Ms. Reagan?
Clarify a few things. I'd just like to know, have you been in contact with the students' parents? Do they know what's going on?
Oh, yes, constant. Facebook, phone calls. In fact, just this morning, she sent a message, good luck, I have confidence, you know. She has known everything, every step of the way. They communicate on a daily basis, him, his mom, and his dad.
That's important to me. I'd like to know that there's a good relationship there.
Exactly, and that's one reason, because me and her as moms have clicked, because he's so far away, and for him to, you know, I mean, he wasn't here very long at all before it didn't work out with the original host family. And so, like I said, immediately Tara contacted me about it because we had already been approved for it and stuff. And so she had met with us, felt comfortable with us. I'm a stay-at-home mom, you know, so I've got 3 kids, 1 just graduated. I'm gung-ho about school, and I've never seen somebody this excited about going to school. I mean, he just turned 16 and he's a senior. I mean, he's so smart and he wants to learn. And he's just done so many positive things for our family since he's been here. I've got a daughter that's turning 15 and she likes to stay in a room a lot. But since he's been here, I mean, it's been like brought the family closer together. So it's been a really good experience, but a bad experience at the same time. So it makes sense.
We want to do what's in the best interest for this young man. And so that's the reason I have some questions, and we want to support him any way we can. But at the same time, you're asking us to break some rules here that we go by. And, I don't take too kindly to breaking rules, but in this situation, I think if everything's working out well with you guys and you're in contact with his parents, they're happy, and we ain't got to worry about the decision being turned over in another week or two that he wants to go back home or his parents would like for him to come back home. And I can see that we can grant this request.
That's definitely not the case, but I appreciate y'all's time so very much, and normally I'm not one to ask someone to break rules, I promise.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I ask you, is the young man here?
It is.
Well, if he wants to say anything, we'd like to hear from him.
We wasn't sure if he would have the opportunity.
Night. First, I don't know what you want me to say, but if you have any question, I'll be available to answer them.
Well, I would like to know what your plans are for this year. I mean, if we allow you to come to school, what do you see yourself studying and all of that? Do you want to get in sports or?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to go to sports too. I play soccer in Brazil. Brazil has a good team. I have already searched, and sorry if I'm nervous, but I'm looking forward to sports, soccer most. I watch football in Brazil too, but sports, soccer.
Okay.
For studying, I think like I abandoned like a lot of things in Brazil to come here, and it's like if I came back to Brazil now, it would be very hard to me to get back to study there, because it's different times of school times, because when yours is beginning here, ours in the middle. So I would get in the end of the school. So I would be like in a lot of problems, like studying there right now. But I prepared myself a lot to come to US. I got used to the idea, and I just can't see myself in another family in United States, because I got along so well with them. I got discussions with my brother in Brazil because he were like, why don't you change the family? And I was like, I can't change because they He gave me everything there. And I just hope to stay with him.
Well, thank you. Thanks for your honesty.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Recall that? Okay. Before we vote, I'd just like to state, as I stated the other night, I would caution Mr. Odom and staff about using this agency in the future. I think that's where some of our problems have come from, so that's just my opinion. Mr. Blair's made the motion, Mr. Holliday's second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed to it? Motion passes.
Thank you.
You're in school, so. Number 10.
Number 10, this is under facilities. Outdoor walking tracks at Buchanan Elementary School, Laverne Lake Elementary School, Stewart's Creek Elementary School, and Wilson Elementary School. As reported by Ms. Jenna Stitzel in the August 9, 2012 regular school board meeting, she has received grants for construction of pervious concrete walking tracks at some of our schools this school year. 4 such benefactors are Buchanan Elementary School, Laverne Lake Elementary, Stewart's Creek Elementary School, and Wilson Elementary School. A 200-meter track will be constructed at these schools with the help of the Siegel Foundation and Middle Tennessee State University at no cost to the Rutherford County School Board. The Engineering and Construction Department will inspect the tracks during construction. These tracks are currently out to bid through the Rutherford County Schools Purchasing Department and will be brought to the board for approval once received and reviewed by the Engineering and Construction Department. And the motion is to approve construction of 200-meter walking tracks of pervious concrete at Buchanan Elementary School, Laverne Lake Elementary School, Stewart's Lake Elementary School, and Wilson Elementary School at no cost to the board.
So moved.
Mr. Nipper, on the motion, got a second?
I second.
Mr. Young, second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Ms. Stitzel did tell Ms. Michaels and myself this afternoon, today she'd been informed she'd won another $10,000 grant, so
Oh, wow.
she's very busy. The other one is the update on the Pearson acquisition of attendance software provider. We talked about this some the other night. If you would like to read it again or whatever you'd like for me to do with this. We placed in the question the other night that Mr. Nipper asked, if the state does not host the software, what would it cost us to power the hardware and that? And Ms. Michaels has given you a sheet that should be in your documents tonight. We have an estimated cost of about $71,000. There's some other technical things that we need to work through, and still hoping maybe the state will host the software for us. But we're not ready as in this office at this time to make a recommendation until we kind of see where the state stands, until we can collect the remainder of our information. I did forward to you, it's a 12-page document, which you have only 1 page of in this. It's lots of technical information if you'd like to read that with some of the requirements for this particular system. So that's available for you. But any other questions that you might have, we'd be glad to or research you'd like for us to do at this point.
Anybody got any questions? Number 12, I think Ms. Barnes did an update on that Tuesday night. I don't think we need to do that again.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to, excuse me, ask Ms. Barnes, where are the insurance meeting notices posted? You know, I look, but I don't know that I've ever seen one posted. Is it in the paper?
Through the Rutherford County courthouse on their website.
Okay. Okay, is that the only place that they're?
We don't post them on our website.
Okay.
It stems from their organization.
Okay, because I've looked before and you know, I just never saw one, so.
Typically the fourth Thursday of the month.
Fourth Thursday?
At 1 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
Number 13.
13 was also for a collaborative conference committee, and pursuant to section 495605, professional teachers group and the Board of Education are required to name members appointed to the collaborative conferencing committee following a majority vote to initiate collaborative conferencing. The list has been updated and reflects current members: the Board of Education, Paula Barnes, Joe Marlin, Kim Day, Fred Barlow, Jeannie Nicholson, Richard Zago, and Kelly Goosetree. And the professional teachers is Derek Bowman, Emily Mitchell, Alan Nichols, Patrick Britt, Diana Brown, Carol Hawkins, and Sandra Nugru.
Any questions? All right, number 14, I guess I'll speak on this one. Board appointments for Federal Relations Network, Tennessee Legislative Network representatives. I think I mentioned the other night that Mr. Blair has expressed interest in continuing on doing this. I believe he's did it the last 4 years. So,
Yes, sir.
I didn't have any board members objecting to it, so Mr. Blair, if you would carry on with it and keep us updated.
I'd be pleased to serve, Mr. Chairman.
Number 15, general discussion.
Mr. Tackett, did you want to talk about Mr. Odom's presentation today?
Well, I can. I can report that Mr. Odom has been a Rotarian twice today, first at the Breakfast Rotary Club, which I'm a member of. Did an outstanding presentation, which I was confident that he would do. I think that it should be noted that the ability to relay information in a 10, 12-minute presentation is outstanding. He does an excellent job, so I appreciate his willingness to do that. He kind of noted that he's done several of these kinds of, been on the breakfast lunch circuit quite a bit around, and I think Wayne, he did your Rotary Club with him today.
He did, and he, again, an outstanding program. And I think it's good for the board and good for the system for you to speak to these community clubs, Mr. Odom, because you literally are the face of the system, and except for, of course, Chairman Hodge, you know, the spokesman in so many situations. Excuse me. So I appreciate it, and I would urge you to continue to accept these invitations every time. But I know going there at 6:30 in the morning can be arduous, but I still would. I was there at 6:30. So, but I would urge you to continue that. I think it's a good thing for public relations through our system.
I'm glad you said that, because now I need to get him over the Exchange Club.
Oh.
It's not hard to talk about Rutherford County schools. When you have an exemplary system, 6 reward schools, we got a really good kickoff to start the conversation. People need to know what a gem we have here in Rutherford County, and something to offer. Just lots of places would like to be like Rutherford County right now.
Mr. Holliday?
I am really excited about the opportunity that the parents of our students have this coming Saturday at Laverne High School and also at Riverdale High School for the Parent Academy. This is an event that happened a year ago, and I was able to attend that. Mr. Blair was at the same location that I was at, and I thought it was absolutely outstanding. Those who attended gave it good reviews, and we have continued to improve it as we always do, and I look forward to what we will have to present to those parents who take the time Saturday morning to come and invest in some helpful hints about working with the educational program. I want to also applaud those several schools who have had individual outings to invite parents in at the beginning of the school year to engage them into that educational process. And we heard from Officer Krim tonight about engaging the parents into that educational process. There's just every opportunity for us to, as Laverne High School says, move from good to great, go from exemplary to even higher standards. And one of the best ways we can do that is with the parents' participation in this educational process. 9 to 12. I left that out of my commercial, didn't I? 9 to 12.
It begins at 9 o'clock, as Mr. Holliday said, at Riverdale and at Laverne High School. So we'll not take up the whole day, but you've got a chance to meet some of the staff and educators in Rutherford County and learn some things about offerings in Rutherford County.
Yeah, I believe you got something else you want to present.
Mr. Evans did a press release this afternoon, so I'd like to read this if I could. And the headline is, 2 Rutherford County administrators named Principals of the Year. And this is, they're participating in the National Principals Institute this week in Arlington, Virginia. The National Association of Secondary School Principals has selected 2 Rutherford County principals as Principal of the Year for their respective grade levels. Stewart's Creek Middle School Principal Larry Creasy has been named from Tennessee as the 2012 Middle Level Principal of the Year, and Laverne High School Principal Dirk Ash has received the same award for the high school level. Both men are in Arlington, Virginia this week. They're actually there today, representing Rutherford County and Tennessee after being invited to participate in the National Principals Institute along with the top principals from around the country. The Institute will provide the candidates with an opportunity to collaborate with other top principals about national issues, specifically focusing on adjustments to Common Core and changes in nationwide assessment. Creasy has served as the principal of Stewart's Creek since the school opened in 2006 and previously served as assistant principal at Siegel High School. Ash has been principal at Laverne High School for the past 3 years and serves as principal of Laverne Middle School when it opened in 2004. Ash was previously named a finalist for the Tennessee Department of Education Middle School Principal of the Year and was awarded the MetLife National Association of Secondary School Middle School Principal of the Year in 2010. This is a national recognition for these 2 gentlemen, and it brings not only honor to them, but to Rutherford County schools again.
Very good.
Monday night. You want to mention that?
Any board members want to comment on that?
Congratulations. Very pleased for you.
Big honor. I've got a couple things here. As I mentioned the other night, tomorrow night we've got the dedication, or Siegel High School has dedication for the football stadium for Mr. Nolan. Then Monday night at 6:30 we have the zone hearings at Blackman High School. So if the board can get there at 6:15, something like that, we'll start on time. Anything else? As I did last meeting, all minds at ease. We're adjourned.